G'day and welcome to Wakey Wakey Eggs and Bakey. I'm CJ and today I'm going to show you how I like to make eggs and bacon. Today I've parked the Sunhouse Funhouse up at Bullocks Flats in the Kosciusko National Park. I'm going to go ride the mountain up there at the Perisher Resort, and this is the gateway to some fine riding up through Perisher, Blue Cow and Guthaga. But to do that I want to have a good breakfast to get me through the day, and what better breakfast than eggs and bacon. So let's get this party started. Get a bit of gas cooking. I'm going to throw a little bit of long rasher bacon. I'm going to break it into two there and get that sizzling. Today what I'm going to do is a little bit of scrambled eggs. It's a quick and nutritious breakfast if you've got a busy day ahead. So the first thing I'm going to do is, well, second I guess is what we're saying, is get the eggs scrambled. I've broken 2 eggs into a bowl, and all you need is a fork. You don't particularly need a whisk. If you've got one, it's great. And I'm going to just whisk that egg up. Let's see if I can get that in there. So we're whisking up the eggs using a fork, or as my daughter would say, smashed eggs when she was little. So once that's nice and mixed up, it's ready to be put in the pan. I like to give it a good whisk, get a lot of air in there, it makes it light and fluffy. While the bacon is getting underway, let's do some toast. Today is a little bit of sourdough, I think. Just going to put that in there. Oh, and there's the butter. It's been quite cold up in the snowy mountains, so I've been putting my butter under the grill to help soften it up a little bit. I'm going to put a couple of bits of bread there. And we're away. The beauty of scrambled eggs is it's very quick to cook. Once the pan's up to heat, it'll set quite quickly. Again, the butter is still a bit hard, so I'm going to keep it under the grill, but not too long, otherwise it'll melt, and then you'll just have runny butter. You don't want clarified butter for this particular recipe. So there's the bacon cooking. You'll note the toast is in the grill, and the eggs are waiting. Now I've held them back for a reason. They won't take very long to cook. So I'm better off getting my bacon cooked to where I like it. I'll take it out and then we'll put the eggs in. Another great add to this meal is one of my favourites, is a bit of vegemite on my toast. Remember, if you're using vegemite, nice and thin, very savoury, very salty. And so you can reduce a lot of the salt by not adding further salt. There's a lot of salt in the bacon as well. As you can see, our bacon's coming along very nicely there. And our toast is still pretty early on. I've been down here in the snow mountains for a little while, checking the place out. Been having a great time riding snowboards and skiing on the mountain. I can definitely feel it in my joints. Not doing too bad for an older fella. Alright, so let's say that bacon's more or less done. Going to drain it and get a bit of the extra fat off. Got some paper towels, some napkins that like. I get that on there. You'll note also that there is a lot of heat there, which is good for cooking the bacon, but maybe not so good for cooking the eggs. You'll see that there's a lot of oil from the bacon, and I'm going to get rid of a bit of that. I'm not just going to pour it down the sink. I'm going to pour it into some paper towels. Remember, it's very hot. Watch your hands. And then I'm going to throw it in the bin a bit later. I've still got some bacon grease in the pan, keeping it lubricated. or trying to get the eggs out when it's time. And what we'll do there is we'll just pour the eggs into there. You can see that sizzling away. Same process for an omelette, and we'll do that another time. But that you can see there, the egg is starting to set. I can smell the bacon. The toast is ready for a flip. So we'll do that. We'll get our butter out. What I'm going to do now is just start to smash the eggs up. You can see there's a little bit of brown in the colour, and that's just because of the bacon fat. See how quickly that happened? That's more or less done. Now if you find you have got too much heat and you put it on your eggs, take it off the heat, and what you can do is add just a little bit of cream. Just a dollop, so about the size of a 50-cent piece, if anyone remembers what that looks like. And then we just stir that in. That brings a bit of moisture back into the eggs, slows down their cooking, makes them nice and rich. Our toast should be almost ready. It's good enough for this mug. That's a bit brown, a bit dark, a bit good. Let's see what we can do with that. Butter my bread. Butter's still a bit hard, so I'm going to put those knobs on there and try and let the heat of the bread soften the butter, which I can then spread in. The lid's on things, so turn that off. So everything should be off now, and we're just going to use the heat of the grill to melt the butter into there. Pretty keen to get that out of the hot pan, because that'll just keep cooking under the heat. So now we've got our bacon and our egg, and once our toast is ready, we're going to put it all together and have a fine breakfast before we hit the mountain. And I must say, it's a glorious bluebird day here in the Australian snowy mountain region. It's spring this time of year, so the snow's a bit soft, a bit sludgy, but that's okay. I prefer it to ice. So all you slush hounds, you should be getting excited. So there's some toast. I'm going to cut that into halves, triangles. Just push it through there. Just try and arrange it to have some, make it look nice. So you can see that. We'll put our egg on there. It's a lot easier with two hands, must admit. Get the egg on there. I'm going to do this too. Just thought about it. It's good for the kids. Say you want to get them off to school or footy or sport, netball, swimming, or whatever the sport of your choice is. I'm just going to cut the bacon into julienne strips. And you'll see that there. I've cut them into julienne strips. I'm just going to place them onto the eggs on toast. And there you have scrambled eggs on toast. Just say put a bit of Vegemite on it. You might want to put a bit of pepper on it. Let's see if I get the pepper. Remember planning. Preparation. There's a bit of pepper. Don't want any more salt. We've got salt from the bacon, and if you had the Vegemite as well. What would you have to drink if you're going to do extreme sport? Would it be coffee, tea? No. This morning we're having energy drink. I wouldn't normally do this for breakfast, but here we go. Scrambled eggs and bacon. any energy drink of your choice. And remember, everything's better with eggs and bacon. Bon appetit.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. I'm so glad you could stop on by.
Ooh, gotta get a taste now. Just can't beat it. So good. So good.